Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Monday Night Raw. And tonight, this is the go-home show for Monday Night Raw, and we have plenty action in store for you on this great edition of Monday Night Raw. To kick us off tonight, it's the number one contender for the Universal Championship. Keith Lee will be taking on Aleister Black of the Wyatt family.
And tonight, I got a feeling we're going to see something we have never. And here we go.
And here comes Aleister Black of the Wyatt family. We have a star-studded pay-per-view coming up, and we do know all of the matches coming up for the star-studded Cyber Sunday, the Raw exclusive pay-per-view. Well, you guys voted, and you guys will see the results here. We'll be talking about them. We saw it picked by you guys as Aleister Black is on your left, Buddy Murphy on your right of the Wyatt family, as it is this Sunday. At the Cyber Sunday pay-per-view, Keith Lee will be challenging for that Universal Championship against Bray Wyatt in a no-holds-barred matchup. So we're going to have to wait and kind of see how that's going to fare for Keith Lee. I mean, anything can go, especially with Bray Wyatt, anything can go with how crazy that man is. And, big question is, will Aleister Black or Buddy Murphy be, going to try to intervene? And we do have a stipulation to this matchup is, if Aleister Black does lose to Keith Lee tonight, there is no interference allowed whatsoever. Or I should say that there's no, when I say no interference, that means no outside, like they cannot come from backstage to help out. They are not allowed to be ringside. But if Aleister Black wins against Keith Lee tonight, the Wyatt family are allowed to get involved in their matchup. So big stipulation to kick us off a part of this matchup tonight. It's a big time moment right now. And for the Wyatt family, they want to show that they run the streets, run WWE, and that's surely what they're going to be trying to do tonight. As Aleister Black looking ready for a fight, but tonight he's going to have to go against the man, Keith Lee. Keith Lee defeated Buddy Murphy last week here on Monday Night Raw, but would taste the black mass from Aleister Black, and then the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, would come out of nowhere and lay waste to Keith Lee. So we don't really know for sure if Keith Lee's 100%, but we will be finding out in this matchup tonight. I cannot wait to see all the matches. Most of the matches have big stipulations. There is a match that we'll be seeing at Cyber Sunday that's going to be a normal matchup. You guys got to choose to pick the stipulations, and hopefully your fan favorites are going to walk out with the championships or just the win in general. Because, with these stipulations, it could definitely mean that there's possibility that it could definitely not favor your opponent or your superstar. And we'll be addressing the whole pay-per-view tonight, like we mentioned before. The big no-holds-barred matchup for the Universal Championship between Keith Lee, the man that you see in the middle of that ring right now, and the man, the Fiend, the Fiend, Bray Wyatt, Aleister Black, taking on Keith Lee tonight. Got plenty of big-time matches, especially Walter. He has two big-time championship defenses against Drew McIntyre in a last man standing matchup, and Walter taking on Kevin Owens in an Iron Man match out of all things. As referee rings that bell, here we go. Keith Lee looking for some revenge after being beaten down last week by the Wyatt family. You got a big win, but that Wyatt family, they are something that you cannot back down from. You cannot keep your eyes off them whatsoever. You can have eyes behind your head. Aleister Black in to hurry up and go for a pinfall early on here. I don't think he got the 2 count. Very close to a 2 count. And we'll see if Aleister Black can bring that same offensive that he did to Keith Lee after Keith Lee defeated Buddy Murphy last week here. And Aleister Black, he's one of the most dangerous strikers that we have all in WWE. So it's you got to be very careful, because one big strike to the dome and it's going to be down and out. It's only going to take one black mass to maybe put away a superstar. Keith Lee, on the other hand, maybe it might take multiple. But it's just one of those things you got to keep striking and striking until you know for sure that he's not going to be able to get back up to his feet. Look at Aleister Black. These fast strikes to that left leg. Seems like he's trying to target, and maybe he'll try to go for maybe a submission hold, a single leg hook, a Boston Crab later on in this matchup. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we have a big night in store for you. Samoa Joe, the man that will be taking on Sting in a submission matchup coming this Sunday, will be taking on one of the superstars that he attacked last week. As we are at 8, both of these men need to get inside the ring. Keith Lee's in the ring. And, oh, look at Keith Lee! Keith Lee jumping over the top rope. I was stopping what I was talking about because I wasn't too sure if we're going to have a count-out victory there. But look at Keith Lee coming out and with that suicide over the top rope dive there. But like I just mentioned, Samoa Joe will be taking Ali, the man that he attacked last week, live here backstage when he was going on his whole crusade of trying to say that he's not going to back down from anyone. Is Keith Lee running over Aleister Black. Pinfall. Will this be enough? 2. Ooh, so close, 2.5. Also, coming up next, AJ Styles will take on the very chaotic, the lunatic known as Eric Young. As, oh, wait a minute. Jackhammer. Jackhammer from Keith Lee. Hold on to my thought. Is that it? Yes, it is. Keith Lee with another win over the Wyatt family live tonight on Monday Night Raw. Last week, Buddy Murphy fell short, and tonight, Aleister Black falling down to Keith Lee. Not something what the Wyatt family was looking for, and definitely not what Bray Wyatt was looking for his members of the Wyatt family. But tonight, Keith Lee once again getting the upper hand, and that gets him the upper hand heading into that big marquee pay-per-view. It's going to be no holds barred, and that means Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy are not allowed to be in that matchup to participate whatsoever. I mean, it might kind of sound like a stupid stipulation, but that means that Aleister Black and Buddy Murphy cannot get involved in this matchup this Sunday. It is going to be one-on-one, mano on a mano, 1 versus 1. Keith Lee, the Fiend Bray Wyatt. It's going to get crazy, and it's going to be in a no-holds-barred matchup. Good luck, Keith Lee, because you're going to need it. Keith Lee getting some revenge tonight, picking up some big wins these last couple weeks. It seems like he's ready for the Fiend Bray Wyatt. The Fiend destroyed him last week. We'll see how he fares coming up this Sunday at Cyber Sunday. But this next matchup, it is going to be a pretty good matchup. It's going to be AJ Styles taking on the man, the lunatic, Eric Young. Sanity is officially back here in WWE. Eric Young with Nikki Cross, the crazy woman known for her, being obviously a crazy. But, for Eric Young, we recently saw him back a couple weeks ago, the first week of Monday Night Raw, the night after WrestleMania. He took on the return of Zack Ryder. And it was a good back and forth matchup. It was good to see both of them back. Eric Young ultimately beating Zack Ryder. And I think, both futures are very bright. They're just kind of slowly but surely getting back into it. And I think it's much needed depth for Monday Night Raw. We'll see how it fares later on tonight for sure. With how Eric Young is, you gotta definitely keep an eye on this man because, Sanity back when they first started, they dominated NXT, became the tag team champions. They're in NXT. They're on SmackDown. They looked really, really good when they got taken up to the main roster, and then obviously kind of a falling out, not between members. If you guys don't know everything, make sure you guys go back. It's a long story, how departures are with everything, unfortunately. But, Sanity was a very, very dangerous group. You had Killian Dane, Eric Young, Alexander Wolf. And it's just one of those things you got to definitely keep an eye on. But tonight, Eric Young is going to be in a battle. And that is against the number 1 contender for the United States Championship. That is going to be AJ Styles, the phenomenal one. And that means this Sunday, AJ Styles, when he challenges Seth Rollins for that United States Championship matchup, that match is in a Falls Count Anywhere matchup. That means anything can happen inside or outside that ring. They can literally even take it backstage if they really wanted to. Seth Rollins saying that he's going to do anything in his power to keep that United States Championship around his waist. And he's literally going to have to do that because he's going to need it. He's going to have to do everything in his power because it's a Falls Count Anywhere matchup. That means Gallows and Anderson, if they really wanted to, they could literally help him out. But, you know, Seth Rollins, he's the architect. He's the visionary for a reason. So it's one of those things where you got to keep your eye out on him. And you think you might kind of have, the number of Seth Rollins, but just like that, he can change it up on you. So I think that very well could be one of the matches of the night for Cyber Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Like I mentioned before, the $1 Million Championship matches that we are going to be seeing at Cyber Sunday. Oh my goodness, I am absolutely happy with what we're going to see. I mean, these guys are going to be beating the living crap out of each other. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Walter, it's going to be crazy. He's going to be a last man standing match and an Iron Man match in the same night. How crazy is that? We'll talk more about that later on tonight. The referee rings the bell. Here we go. AJ Styles takes on Eric Young. Just 6 nights away from the marquee Cyber Sunday pay-per-view, the very first pay-per-view after WrestleMania. Look how close that was. Eric Young almost beating AJ Styles with that big first move. It's now Eric Young looking to go high risk here. This could be very, very bad for Young. Oh, but it is not. He connected all of it with that leg drop. So, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, like we were mentioning before, we already mentioned AJ Styles versus Eric Young, which is happening right now. We mentioned Samoa Joe takes on Mustafa Ali later on tonight. Bronson Reed, the man that is the insurance policy for Austin Theory, goes one-on-one with Johnny Frickin' Wrestling later on tonight. Also, your main event, Kevin Owens, the man that will be in that Iron Man match against Walter, will be in your main event tonight, taking on the A-lister, The Miz, as well as we have two big-time women's matches for you. One being Charlotte Flair taking on Bayley. These two women will be facing each other these two women will be participating in a triple threat match for that Raw Women's Championship coming up this Sunday, as well as Candice LeRae takes on former friend, now foe, Dakota Kai. And those two women will be a part of this Sunday's Cyber Sunday pay-per-view, as it will be Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell taking on Dakota Kai and Io Shirai, part of that tag team matchup. And when we get to that matchup, we'll be going over stipulations, because most of the matches we'll be seeing tonight will be featured for this coming Sunday's championship matches, or just normal matches that you'll be seeing on the roster. Eric Young looking pretty good here against AJ Styles. Styles honestly could be in trouble. As soon as I say that, hits him with that spinning kick to the chest. Absolutely dethroning Eric Young there early. Uh-oh. AJ Styles, DDT to the back of the head. Down goes Eric Young. Will that be enough to put away Eric Young? No, just a 1 count. And this is where Styles cannot get too frustrated right here. And well, just like that, Nikki Cross getting involved. This is not what you want. Oh, look at AJ Styles. Kind of shooing off Eric Young. He must have thought that, this was kind of more of a bait there from Nikki Cross. But big old clothesline from Young. AJ Styles has been around this professional wrestling for a very long time. He knows when exactly that there's going to be moments of, outside interference, when exactly stuff's going to happen. So that's why he's a former WWE champion, former Universal champion as well, former Mr. Money in the Bank. As Styles with a 450. Beautiful maneuver from Styles. Is that it? Yes, it is. AJ Styles picks up a much-needed win as he gets ready for that United States Championship matchup coming up this Sunday for the United States Championship. Styles, once again, trying to get another reign with that United States Championship, but he's going to have to go through Seth frickin' Rollins this Sunday in a Falls Count Anywhere matchup. These men are going to put it all on line, and we are going to see it. As Gallows and Anderson celebrating with AJ Styles, we are going to see how this is going to be faring up this Sunday. Who do you guys think is going to win? AJ Styles or will it be Seth Rollins? Let us know. AJ Styles has his jacket on, celebrating. Still is Rollins attacking AJ Styles from behind with that prestigious United States Championship. Come on, ref, grab him. Looks like Anderson and Gallows don't even see what's going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. Styles busted wide open right now. You hate to see that as a super kick. Takes down. Styles just getting rubbed the wrong way by Seth Rollins right now. You hate to see what you're seeing right now, ladies and gentlemen. Seth Rollins laying waste to AJ Styles. This is just a beatdown of the ages, and this is something that we're going to see a Falls Count Anywhere matchup coming up this Sunday as, oh, wait a minute, Styles. Oh, Styles trying to fight back, but obviously Seth Rollins, the architect, the visionary, just one step ahead of him, and now frog splash to Styles. And oh no, Rollins with the steel steps. Styles Styles is trying to get up to his feet. This ain't good. Oh my God. This is just an onslaught, brutal attack. I don't even think AJ Styles is going to make it to this Sunday's championship match. It seems like this was a game plan from Seth Rollins. My question is, how is Gallows and Anderson not knowing that their leader's just getting getting his butt beat right now? Oh no, this is not good. Not a steel chair. Oh my God, this is not good. No, look at this, just a brutal beating from Rollins to AJ Styles, and again, over and over again. And look at that steel chair just brutalizing. Oh no, no. Rollins pedigree to Styles. And now Rollins wants to put an exclamation point to this. Styles, curb stomp from Seth Rollins to AJ Styles. Will Styles even make it to Cyber Sunday? We will have to wait and find out. We will try to get some more news, ladies and gentlemen, from that brutal assault we just witnessed from Seth Rollins attacking AJ Styles. This Sunday they're supposed to obviously have that United States Championship matchup and a Falls Count Anywhere matchup, but unfortunately that may be thrown out if AJ Styles doesn't make it. We'll see the extremeness, I guess we could say, from the damages and everything, and we'll get some injury updates throughout the night from our medical staff, and we will let you know. But right now, we got ourselves a little preview of what's to come, and this is going to be a very intriguing matchup right now. Candice LeRae versus Dakota Kai, friends turn bitter enemies. It is going to be Dakota Kai taking on Candice LeRae. Dakota Kai left the way, saying she wanted to leave for bigger and better things. Candice LeRae is like, okay, hey, that's fine, I totally understand. And that bigger and better things happens to be Damage Control. But with that being said, it's one of those things where, is it really for the better? Because the way won the Raw, or I should say the Women's Tag Team Championships, but she saw something better with Io Shirai and Bayley. We didn't even know this was going to be a group until, Bayley's the one that attacked Candice LeRae's group a couple weeks ago. Last week we saw a 6-woman tag team match between Damage Control, The Way, and Bianca Belair. And The Way and Bianca Belair ended up winning that matchup. Indy Hartwell actually pulling out all the stops in that 6-woman tag team matchup. Now Dakota Kai and Candice LeRae, like I mentioned, friends, now bitter enemies, going to go at it tonight. But they also have a tag team matchup coming up this Sunday, as it's going to be the Ways, Candice LeRae, and Indy Hartwell taking on Dakota Kai and Io Shirai in a tag team matchup. Oh, that's Hurricane Rana throwing Dakota Kai around. These women, two of the best women we have here on the women's roster, definitely bring their different type of wrestling. Get that technical wrestling side of Candice LeRae. More of aggressive side from Dakota Kai as well. That's a beautiful moonsault there from Candice LeRae as well. That fast-paced matchup that Dakota Kai does not want at this moment. Two, very close. I don't know how much more Dakota Kai can take if she takes too many more moonsaults. And it's not every day you see Dakota Kai in singles action, so we'll see if Dakota Kai can, make most of this opportunity. Same with Candice LeRae. So Dakota Kai not messing around right now with those big stomps. Now Dakota Kai looking to go to work here. Nice enziguri to the back of the skull. Candice LeRae, can she get herself back into this matchup? Look at Dakota Kai. She's trying to get this Japanese crowd behind her here. Uh-oh, head scissors. Nice takedown there of Dakota Kai. And Candice LeRae saying, hey, karma's a bitch. Big kick, another big kick. But later on tonight, we have a massive main event. We are going to see Kevin Owens taking on the A-lister, The Miz. It's going to be a star-studded matchup, especially with Kevin Owens. He's going to have himself a Iron Man match. And we're going to see Drew McIntyre taking on Walter in a big-time last man standing match. So you got a last man standing match and an Iron Man match all in the same night, where Walter defends not just against Drew McIntyre, but against Kevin Owens as well. And for Walter, what Walter's doing, he literally cost Kevin Owens that opportunity to be #1 contender when it was supposed to be a triple threat matchup weeks ago. Ultimately, Keith Lee defeated Big E. So it's one of those things where it ultimately came to backfire on Walter. Walter wanted to ruin Kevin Owens after what we've seen these last couple weeks, and I mean, he did ruin Kevin Owens, but from Shane McMahon, he's saying, hey, if you're going to ruin his opportunity, you're going to have to defend your championship against him. And you guys voted. It's not like Shane McMahon picked the stipulations. Because a lot of times, it'd be a normal matchup or, whatever Shane McMahon would probably go with. But this is a Cyber Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be where you guys got to pick the stipulations and everything like that. And obviously, we know what's going to be happening. As we are now at a 6, Dakota Kai going to toss Candice LeRae back in the ring, and look at Io Shirai right there in the corner of Dakota Kai. Going to help her out no matter what. As now, could we be moments away from Dakota Kai trying to finish to Candice LeRae? Oh, not yet. Oh, big haymaker from Candice. That you can hear that from the cheap seats. It's a big DDT takes down Dakota Kai there. Now this is the perfect moment for Candice to be like, hey, I need to get back in this matchup, maybe try to go for a submission finisher or something, but Dakota Kai, Dakota Kai, I thought maybe she's going to try and finish the matchup, but the veteran Candice LeRae, she's been around this wrestling ring a lot longer than Dakota Kai, and obviously these two women were partners. Dakota Kai just simply wanted to move on to bigger and better things, and it seems like that's Io Shirai and Bayley. So Bayley obviously must have kind of gotten the ear of Dakota Kai, a little personal friendship between both of those women, and ultimately Dakota Kai's like, hey, it's time to move on. I don't think I'm going to really go too much further than where I'm at the moment. Uh-oh. Dakota Kai. Big boot. No, misses Candice LeRae. Vintage Candice LeRae with a reversal. But now both women with a reversal. These women know each other oh so well, and you're seeing it to come to fruition at this very moment. Oh, a jumping boot to the face there of Candice. And again, you just gotta love that these women know each other so well. A lot of back and forth, and you think you get the upper hand in 1 second, and then your enemy, your bitter enemy now, is just one step ahead of you. as Dakota Kai just taking the time just to soak this in right now. But I think if I'm Dakota Kai, I would wait to do that after the matchup. And after this very matchup, you're going to see Bayley take on Charlotte. So that means Bayley will be staying out here. But will she be the winner or the loser of this very matchup, though? As Dakota Kai dragging the carcass of Candice Ray to the middle of the ring so she cannot grab any ropes. Will this be it? 2, 3 it is. Dakota Kai and Damage Control pick up the win here tonight. We'll see if that's going to be the same thing that's going to be happening this Sunday at the Cyber Sunday pay-per-view, where it's going to be the Way taking on Damage Control, and that very matchup is going to be a tables matchup where anything can happen. But they have to go through a table. Cannot wait to see how that women's matchup is going to be. The Way take on Damage Control in a tables match. First competitor go through a table will win that matchup. You're going to see where Dakota Kai tried to hit her boot. Eventually was not able to. Ends up hitting a finisher there. But all these women will be staying out here next as Bayley has a big time matchup in a little preview of what's to come for the Raw Women's Championship this Sunday. Bayley right there in the middle of the ring, like we mentioned, that they'd be staying out after that big time win from Dakota Kai, just beating Candice Ray. As now we get to see Charlotte Flair in action taking on Bayley. A little rematch of WrestleMania, as Bayley was the women's champion at WrestleMania, taking on Charlotte Flair, who won the Royal Rumble matchup, coming at number 30, winning that Royal Rumble matchup. And Bayley would retain her women's championship by defeating Charlotte. The night after, where we were going to see a rematch between Bayley and Charlotte, these women were beating the living crap out of each other, and you couldn't really tell where the outcome was going to go. Was Bayley going to retain? Was Charlotte going to become the new Raw Women's Champion? Well, we didn't get that, because we saw a cash-in from Bianca Belair. She would come in, make it a triple threat match, and ultimately Bianca Belair would walk out the new Raw Women's Champion. Bianca Belair would come out a week or so later and saying, hey, let's make this a triple threat match. We know that Bayley and Charlotte Flair, they're going to whine, they're going to complain, so there's not going to be no need for complaining whatsoever. So Bayley, Charlotte, they get their rematch, and it's going to be at Cyber Sunday. It's going to be a hard-hitting matchup. Charlotte's been playing mind games with Bayley as well. It's been getting very, very personal, but it's going to be a chaotic triple threat matchup for that Raw Women's Championship. And obviously, coming up this Sunday in this triple threat matchup between both of these women, Bianca Belair, Charlotte, and Bayley, it's a Raw Women's Championship TLC matchup. Tables, ladders, chairs, anything goes in that matchup. As here we go, both women are ready. Referee rang that bell. Here we go. Can Damage Control go 2-0 tonight before their big time matches coming up this Sunday? And for Bayley, with the change of attitude recently, well, I guess you can't really say over recently, but over the last couple months and everything like that, she's been a new self, and she's been handling Charlotte pretty well these last couple weeks. WrestleMania, the night after WrestleMania. So it's one of those things where you gotta, it's, a little change of attitude and everything like that could rejuvenate your career for the better or the worse. And obviously in Bayley's case, it's actually helping her out. And now she has her own group of Dakota Kai and Io Shirai of Damage Control. Io Shirai, a former SmackDown Women's Champion. Dakota Kai, former Women's Tag Team Champion. So all these women in this group have at least some championship experience. Ooh, very close. And look at that, just dragging Charlotte's face on that mat. That is not going to be too good. Especially if you want to walk out perfectly fine after this matchup. You're going to have maybe a broken nose, a big rash on your face. I mean, anything could, especially off that mat. It's one of those brutal things. Bayley looking to go high risk. Charlotte was trying to catch her off guard there, but now Bayley connecting with that flying cross body. Uh-oh, wait a minute. Bailey, big ol' elbow to the midsection. And ooh, Charlotte is in trouble at this very moment. Oh, wait a minute. Bailey to belly. Bailey to belly to Charlotte. Will that be it? 2. Oh, so close. Bailey cannot believe it. Just like WrestleMania. It took Bailey a lot to put away Charlotte. And especially at the night after WrestleMania, it took a lot to try to put away Charlotte. Charlotte was eating a lot of damage, and so was Charlotte. Both women were eating a lot of damage the night after WrestleMania. And Bianca Belair, obviously, at the end of that night, would walk out with your women's championship. So that means that ultimately we only have 2 more Money in the Bank briefcase holders after almost the first month. Tegan Knox of SmackDown, currently your SmackDown Money in the Bank holder. And then obviously Monday Night Raw here, Drew McIntyre. So it's just one of those things that we could see a cash in. Drew McIntyre said he's going to wait a good long time. He wants to focus on, other things and other championships, and that happens to be the $1 Million Championship that Walter holds. As natural selection there from Charlotte. Will that be enough to put away the leader of Damage Control? 2, 3 it is. Charlotte picks up a much-needed win, momentum that she desperately needs heading in to that big-time pay-per-view known as Cyber Sunday, the first installment here in the series here. Look at that Bailey to belly early on. Ultimately could have been enough, but it wasn't. As Charlotte would then go on to build some momentum, leading to a natural selection. And Charlotte picks up the win, ladies and gentlemen. Big-time win for Charlotte. Will she become the new Raw Women's Champion in that TLC matchup at Cyber Sunday? We will have to wait and find out as we now head backstage for a promo. Over the years, Cyber Sunday, we've had to trust the fans with picking decisions, and this year it's no different, and that's with stipulations for matches. And myself and Walter, we are going to go through hell in a last man standing match, and I think there's no better way to prove who this better man is between myself and Walter. For the half part of this year, ladies and gentlemen, Walter has gone through anybody and everybody to set an example of being one of the best, if not the best, here on the Monday Night Raw roster. And I have to give credit where credit is due. He has destroyed legends and anybody in his way. But his reign as the $1 Million Champion here on Monday Night Raw, it officially ends at Cyber Sunday. And you're going to be looking at not just Mr. Money in the Bank, but you're also going to be looking at Mr. $1 Million Champion Drew McIntyre. I sure as hell know it is not going to be easy to put away a man like Walter. But a couple claymores to the head, maybe some Glasgow kisses to the dome, I think there'll be plenty to put away a man like Walter. I'll see you this Sunday at Cyber Sunday, but I'm going to stay and watch Kevin Owens' main event just in case Walter decides to do anything to take down Kevin Owens a peg. Big words there from Drew McIntyre, looking to set example, and he's saying that he's going to be the first one to knock off Walter in that $1 Million Championship, taking that away from Walter. We'll see if he can actually do it. Big time opportunity. As now we see a one-on-one contest between Mustafa Ali and Samoa Joe. This match is coming to a head as last week here, Samoa Joe literally snapped on this roster saying, hey, Walter, he was the better man. But he kind of something snapped deep down. Samoa Joe used to be that ruthless man that would not, wouldn't lose that type of stuff. And Samoa Joe says, hey, I'm going to start going back to that. So this man not only took out Mustafa Ali, he took out Adam Pearce, as well as he took out Ricochet after Ricochet was in a grueling matchup with Seth Rollins. And Samoa Joe said, hey, I want a matchup at Cyber Sunday. Someone in the back better step up to the plate. And well, the icon Sting stepped up to the plate. He's a Raw superstar, and it's official: Samoa Joe versus Sting in a submission matchup at Cyber Sunday. You guys picked this, and I think this is honestly a great stipulation that you guys picked because both men are submission magicians in that ring. Samoa Joe with the Kokita clutch, arm bars, whatever you can think of, and then obviously you have Sting with the sharpshooter as well. So I mean, you know, it's a perfect stipulation in my eyes. We'll see how it comes to a head, and maybe tonight Samoa Joe might even show you guys what exactly he has in store for Sting coming up this Sunday. Samoa Joe looking to put down the legend known as the Icon Sting. And obviously Sting, his first matchup at WrestleMania, he ended up losing to The Undertaker in pretty fast fashion, I guess. It lasted a couple minutes, a little bit longer than their entrances. But, obviously these Undertaker and Sting, they're trying to go out on top. Both men are going to be retiring at this up-and-coming WrestleMania. So these guys want to go out on top. So we'll kind of see how that goes. Undertaker going after LA Knight on SmackDown, something we'll have to keep an eye on, especially with LA Knight, known as the Legend Killer and everything. If you guys have not seen that, make sure you guys watch more of SmackDown. But here we go. Both men seem like they're ready. Here we go. Referee ringing that bell. Samoa Joe versus Mustafa Ali. Ali going to go after the big man, Samoa Joe. Big time opportunity. You get the strength and power of Samoa Joe, and then you get the agility, the speed of Mustafa Ali. It's going to be something that it's going to be, can they keep this up? Ali needs to keep Samoa Joe off his feet. Joe wants to slow down the pace of the matchup. Two definitely different styles for sure in that ring, and it's something that, we're going to have to keep an eye on. Not saying, Ali is not strong, because he's definitely strong for sure, but when you face off with Samoa Joe, who's very dangerous with strikes and everything, you do not want to get it in a striking matchup. So, start doing some moonsaults, jumping off the top rope, that type of stuff. Or maybe even keep Samoa Joe on his back, work on the legs, kind of slow down Samoa Joe. That'd be a good idea as well. But obviously, Ali, he's in this business for a reason. He knows how to get it done in the middle of that ring. Ali feeling very confident right now, but as he connects with that senton. But it's one of those things where you gotta stay on Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe is not a man you can take lightly as he connects with that running STO. And now Ali with that jawbreaker, stunning Samoa Joe momentarily. Oh, he has him on the ropes, going for that. Oh my goodness, springboard. He had Samoa Joe on the rope. Springboard DDT, that's very impressive from Mustafa Ali. And obviously Ali being signed here to Monday Night Raw. Shane McMahon definitely sees something in this young man. And I definitely do too. Obviously, he was a part of the Disciples at one time with Seth Rollins. Ali is one of the best that you could honestly have. Very underrated superstar. Right through, going for that slingshot. Kind of underestimated Samoa Joe's spot there. We'll see if maybe he can retry that or maybe even try it for something else. Now Ali going to go with a DDT from behind. Uh-oh. Ali. He's going to go for the 054 maybe. No! Samoa Joe gets his knees up. Again, Samoa Joe making Mustafa Ali pay for his sins. Uh-oh. In the corner. That's not where you want to be. Oh, no. Samoa Joe. Muscle buster time. Muscle buster to Mustafa Ali. Just like that. Samoa Joe has put away Ali. No! 2 count. Wow. I honestly thought that was going to be it, but Samoa Joe needs to do a little bit more damage, it seems. Oh, look at these big kicks and punches right to the midsection and to the face. Ali's down and out. Now is this the time for Samoa Joe to show off that submission side of himself? As Joe going to go high risk. Big ol' elbow. And a cave in the chest there of Ali. And Joe saying, this is it. And look at the referee. He's pointing at the referee saying, hey, you better count a little bit faster. It's now Samoa Joe going to go for the pinfall. Will it be it this time? Oh, so close again. As you can see, the bruising on the left side of Samoa Joe's face there kind of brewing. I don't know how much Ali has left in him. We all know that Ali's a fighter, but You know, how much more does he have left in his tank? Ali with a key reversal in this matchup. Can he keep this up? As Ali again with a back DDT. Another pinfall opportunity. Can Ali pick up a massive win? No. Putting it all on the line, man. That's all you got to do. As looking for the 054. 054 there from Ali. Hook with the leg. Is that it to put away Samoa Joe? It is. Samoa Joe picked the wrong time to take out Mustafa Ali. And Mustafa Ali picks up a win over Samoa Joe. And coming up this Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, it will be Sting versus Samoa Joe in a submission matchup. Who's going to walk out with a win? Congratulations to Ali. Will he get himself more opportunities down the line? We will have to wait and find out. We are back now, as it is going to be Bronson Reed accompanying Austin Theory is going to be accompanying Bronson Reed down the ring. This is going to be a big time matchup. Bronson Reed taking on Johnny Gargano, the former WWE champion, in a one-on-one matchup before the big time tag team matchup coming up this Sunday. These two teams are going to absolutely destroy each other in the middle of that ring coming up this Sunday at Cyber Sunday, because this matchup between Austin Theory, the team of Austin Theory, Bronson Reed taking on the Ways Gargano and Dexter Lumis, is going to be a tornado tag team matchup. It's going to be a hard-hitting matchup for sure. I cannot wait to see how this is go. Obviously, the rivalry brewed with Austin Theory and Gargano has kind of started a little bit more than that. Theory left the way and then kind of went on his own way. Ultimately, I guess you could say, separate branches and everything. Theory has done quite well for himself separately from Johnny Gargano and Dexter Lumis. Lumis would go on to kidnap Austin Theory for a week before Theory would ultimately come back, defeat Dexter Lumis in the middle of that ring. So tonight, we're going to get a little preview of what's to come in the one-on-one contest as Gargano takes on Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed has made Johnny Gargano feel that tsunami in the middle of that ring from the top rope previously when Bronson Reed was introduced as Austin Theory's insurance policy. And Bronson Reed, he's a serious threat to this whole roster. Yeah, he didn't start off too hot, but you know, this man is going to be a huge player here on Monday Night Raw, especially with him being right behind Austin Theory, doing all of the bidding, I guess you could say, for Theory. It's only going to get worse for this roster, especially Theory's going to climb up those rankings very, very fast. As I look at Gargano coming right out of the gate, sending a message to Theory and Reed. Showing that technical wrestling side now, Theory. Watching as Gargano going up top. Gargano with a frog splash. Beautiful frog splash into a moonsault as well. Gargano all fired up, and rightfully so. He's looking terrific right now, taking out Bronson Reed. And now Gargano, oh my goodness, a running back elbow to the back of the skull, man. That is not something you want to be taking every day. And Bronson Reed all fired up, changing the momentum, changing the trajectory of this matchup. As now a big Bronson Reed suplex. And this is not what Gargano wants right now, because Bronson Reed starts getting his big meaty hands on you, starts throwing you around. This match is going to go very, very quickly. These suplexes, and look at him just taunting Gargano. Gargano trying to get back in this matchup. Super kick to the midsection, stuns the big man. And look at this. This is what you got to do. Come very fast against the big man here. Oh, off the ropes we go. That great evasion into a Hurricane Rana. Takes down Bronson Reed. Lumis all fired up, going for the moonsault there. Ultimately, it looked like he was going to try to, moonsault him towards more Bronson Reed, but that moonsault just didn't look too well on the side of Gargano. But ultimately, he's able to still get the upper hand on Reed at the moment. And then as soon as I say that, Bronson Reed is able to take down Theory, the former WWE champion. And I think if Theory and Bronson Reed can pick up that win this Sunday, that is definitely going to help them climb up the rankings here. Definitely Austin Theory for sure. Obviously, Theory has his eyes on the United States Championship, $1 Million Championship, even the Universal Championship here on Monday Night Raw. But my big question is for Theory, is there going to be a longer future with Bronson Reed? Or is this more of a, just continue to pay Bronson Reed to do the dirty work? Because they're going to be a team this Sunday, but my question is, will this continue? Let's all look at Gargano. He has Bronson Reed up right into the second turnbuckle. That missile dart right into the turnbuckle. And uh-oh. The Gargano lock. The Gargano escape there, but unfortunately for him, there is a rope break. Now into the pinfall. Another rope break. Where Gargano needs to be the veteran in that situation and try to pull Bronson Reed. I know trying to pull Bronson Reed is not an easy scenario. As here we go, another pinfall opportunity for Gargano. But again, Bronson Reed able to kick out. And Gargano trying to get this Japanese crowd all behind him right now. Sold out crowd here in Japan. Witnessing great action here on Monday Night Raw, getting ready for that Cyber Sunday pay-per-view, where you guys got to pick the stipulations. We'll see how it's going to fare. Will your fan favorites walk out the winner? That's a big takedown there. Oh no. We're about to see a tsunami. Bronson Reed with the tsunami. That has to be it. Will it be it though? 2. Oh no. He almost pinned the former WWE champion. But Reed just not able to get enough of it. Not enough to put away a man like Johnny Wrestling. As a wasteland type of maneuver into a senton. And look at Reed right in the face of Loomis outside here, just rubbing it in. Gargano is in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. Gargano trying to fight back at the moment, though. It's going to be a big-time reversal. He's yelling at Bronson Reed, saying to big fella, you want this, come get it. Gargano with those chops into a DDT. He fake chopped and pump faked him. Pinfall from Gargano. Will this be it? 2. Oh, so close. Gargano cannot believe it. That DDT was very, very close to putting away his opponent tonight. Again, those big haymakers from Gargano. He's going to fight till the bitter end tonight. Again, Gargano. Going to go underneath into that Hurricane Rana. Taking down the big man. Uh-oh. Gargano looking to fly here. High risk. Does he really need to go high risk here? Gargano. Uh-oh. He was trying to go for... I don't even know what you want to call it. Maybe a Hurricane Rana or leg drop over the top rope. But he ate a power bomb for his suffering. But no, just a 2.5. Gargano continuing to fight. He's got that rebel heart, ladies and gentlemen. Man, he's not going to be backing down. Look at Bronson Reed trash talking everybody here tonight, even Gargano. Doesn't matter who you are. This man, Bronson Reed, shaking this whole ring. Ultimately creating a tsunami here tonight. That tsunami was just not big enough to put away Gargano. But you got to think if he takes any more damage, it's going to be a long night. Uh-oh, Gargano. Oh, my goodness. Brutal maneuver from Bronson Reed. Will that be it? 2. Oh, rope break. Did it at the very last second. I'm surprised the referee actually saw it. How much more is left in Johnny frickin' Wrestling, ladies and gentlemen? Uh-oh. A little bit of a wasteland maneuver again into the senton. Oh, no, not again. Not a second time. If he hits it, it's game over. Tsunami again. Is it this time? 2, 3. Bronson Reed. Just way too much. And I don't know if I like the odds coming up this Sunday for Gargano and Dexter Loomis. Because you got a serious threat. And that monster known as Bronson Reed, he has started to figure out. Austin Theory has helped out Bronson Reed figure himself out. And I don't know what the future is going to look like right now, ladies and gentlemen. But this Sunday, if Theory and Reed, like I mentioned before, pick up this win, this Monday Night Raw roster is going to be in serious trouble. But, I have total faith in Gargano and Loomis. We're going to have to wait and see, though, as we get closer to your main event. But I'm being told we got a special guest, your $1 Million champion, backstage to address Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens. I heard what you had to say earlier on tonight, Drew, and you're absolutely right. I've been on an absolute tear, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. And for your buddy Kevin Owens, I'm going to decimate him the same way I decimate you in that last man standing matchup at Cyber Sunday. But Drew, since I have two $1 Million championship matches, I want to up the ante for our matchup. Since my $1 Million championship's on the line, I want your Money in the Bank briefcase on the line too. It sounds fair, doesn't it? I am the man that's put myself through hell coming up this Sunday with you in a last man standing matchup, and then with your buddy Kevin Owens in an Iron Man matchup. And I don't even know how long that Iron Man match is going to be. But nonetheless, your Money in the Bank briefcase better be on the line for our matchup, or it's canceled. Oh, wait a minute, out of nowhere, Drew McIntyre attacking Walter. Like we mentioned earlier, we heard from Drew McIntyre, and now Walter wants to make sure that their matchup this Sunday has even more stakes to it, and he wants to make sure it is for the Money in the Bank briefcase as well. How crazy. Oh my goodness, another Claymore. That's McIntyre talking his trash. You want me to put my Money in the Bank briefcase on the line against you, Walter? Well, you know what? If you want it, you're going to get it. Your $1 Million championship versus my Money in the Bank briefcase this Sunday in the middle of that ring. And I guarantee you I'm going to be the last man standing, and I will be walking out with your championship and my briefcase. That is big time news, ladies and gentlemen. Walter's the one that wanted to up the ante. Not only will the $1 Million championship be on the line between Walter and Drew McIntyre, but the Money in the Bank briefcase is on the line in that matchup as well. So if Walter wins, not only will he retain his $1 Million championship, but he'll be the new Money in the Bank. But if Drew McIntyre wins, he retains his Money in the Bank briefcase, but also he'll be the new the new $1 Million champion. So there's a whole sorts of big time things going on this Sunday at Cyber Sunday. You got two big title defenses between one with Walter taking on Drew McIntyre with his championship versus the Money in the Bank briefcase. And then Walter also is scheduled to defend against Kevin Owens in an Iron Man match of all things. So how crazy is this pay-per-view even getting even more, man? It's absolutely star-studded from top to bottom. And start talking about star-studded right now. You get a star-studded main event right now between the A-lister The Miz and his opponent Kevin Owens, the prize fighter. Going one-on-one in your main event. Kevin Owens just watched Drew McIntyre lay waste to Walter. So Kevin Owens will not have to worry about Walter. Well, at least you don't think he's going to come out here at all. But, you know, stranger things have happened in the series. But this is the big-time main event, ladies and gentlemen. Kevin Owens, one of the faces here on Monday Night Raw. Definitely one of the top guys in general here on Monday Night Raw himself, Drew McIntyre, The New Day, Gargano. I mean, there's so many big-time superstars. And it's one of those things, especially Keith Lee as well, the man that's challenging for the Universal Championship. You got AJ Styles as well, man. You can definitely not forget about that. I mean, Seth Rollins for sure, I guess. And there's so many guys you could say that are the face of Monday Night Raw, but you know, two top guys for sure, that being Drew McIntyre and Kevin Owens. But it looks like we are very, very ready for your main event. Can the prize fighter stun his way to a victory against The Miz, or can Miz slip his way out of this? So here we go, referee ringing that bell. We are ready. Who do you guys think's going to win this matchup? Experience has got to be coming to a head here. Look at Kevin Owens. Oh, back. Bunch of backstabber. And my question is, does the Walter and Drew McIntyre matchup go first in the terms of, you know, the championship defenses? Or will we see Kevin Owens go against Walter first? It's a big scenario that Shane McMahon's is going to have to go through the list of matches and kind of decide, okay, hey, this would be better first, or this match would be better first. We don't know for sure what your main event will it be actually Keith Lee versus Bray Wyatt for the Universal Championship, or will it be a different championship being in your main event? Kevin Owens trying to get himself all fired up right now. Miz was trying to go from behind, but you know, a little bit of back and forth here in these last couple moments. As all look at Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens just wrenching in right on the lower neck there. Trying to make Miz tap out early on, but Miz going to be able to get out of it momentarily. These are the type of matches you'd love to see, a lot of back and forth. A man that's cocky, confident like the Miz, and you got somebody that can actually back it up in the ring, and that being Kevin Owens. Yeah, Miz has the best luck as of late, but you know it only changes one single victory. He can change the trajectory of his career. You know, you're seeing John Morrison there on SmackDown, his former tag team partner. They didn't break up or anything. It's just with the draft and everything. You see different superstars. Shane McMahon elected to have Miz come over here to Monday Night Raw by himself, not with John Morrison. Breaks up a tag team, which is very unfortunate, but it is what it is. As now Miz attacking the midsection there of Owens. Referee at a 7. It'd be a shame to have a count-out victory here. Referee telling both men to get their butts back in the ring here. Owens taking his time. Back in the ring we are. As now Miz going to try to throw him outside the ring one more time. As now Miz, big drop kick, takes down Kevin Owens. Miz has just had the upper hand these last few minutes right now. And look at Miz. He's just, oh, this is what I'm talking about. The cocky arrogance of Miz right there. Is that ultimately going to cost him this matchup? Not at the moment, though, as he connects with electric chair right there to Owens. Here we go. Pinfall opportunity for Miz, but a strong kick out from Owens. Owens looking great so far. Oh, Miz making that big boot. Now Owens connects with this big boot. Miz is bleeding. Holy crow, and now he's an enziguri. Owens talking all that trash right now. This is a bad way for Miz to be looking. Now we're going to look for a package pile driver of sorts. We'll see if that's going to be enough to put away Miz. That blood is just dropping down the face right now of Miz. He is in trouble. I think Miz just ate the wrong side of that boot and has just busted him wide open. And now Owens, stunner! Stunner to Miz! That has to be it. 1, 2, 3. Kevin Owens picks up a big win over the Miz in your main event. A much needed win. And now for Kevin Owens. Can he walk out with $1 million championship this Sunday at the exclusive pay-per-view for Raw, that being Cyber Sunday? Kevin Owens is going to have to go through a lot. It's going to be an Iron Man matchup. And, you know, the question is, like I mentioned before, which championship match in the $1 million championship matches that we're going to be seeing this Sunday at Cyber Sunday between Walter and Drew McIntyre and Walter and Kevin Owens, which match goes first? A lot of high stakes are coming up at Cyber Sunday, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that stunner there from Kevin Owens. Big time win for Kevin Owens, ladies and gentlemen. Will this be the scene this Sunday? Will Kevin Owens be on the top of the world here on Monday Night Raw? We will have to wait and see as we now get ready for NXT.